Greetings viewers, welcome to Shamu's Equal Access Talk Show on Zondex TV. This program is designed to celebrate individuals who are pushing boundaries and chasing their dreams. We are joined in the studio by Ms. Tembi, teacher, all the way from Johannesburg, from Embrace Africa Concepts Group, mainly focusing on funeral services. Welcome Tembi to the program.
Thank you, Julius, for having me.
Thank you. What is Embrace Africa Concepts Group main concept?
Okay, Embrace Africa Concept Group was formed in the year 2015, mostly to focus on concepts that affect the African community, I'll say. At the moment, our main focus is the funeral policies to ease the problems that we usually face as Africans when we have funerals, of which we offer cash payouts instead of funeral services, because we realize that in as much as you need the funeral services, you still need cash for other things that pertain to the funeral.
Right, interesting. There are quite a lot of funeral policies and companies out there. What makes your product unique?
As I said, that we offer cash payouts at the moment instead of the funeral services. That is the main thing that makes our product unique, because as we go, African funerals, I'll say, are being, should I say, we keep advancing, we keep making them fancier, and they're getting more expensive by the day. So in as much as you've got a funeral service, you find that the things that need cash pertaining to that funeral are a lot.
Right, interesting. What is your target market?
Our target market is everybody, but we also now cover people who are from outside the country using their passports, which nobody really on the market is offering that. Also, they are able to cover people who live permanently out of the country, that is within the South African borders.
Okay, when you say that your target market is anybody that has got a funeral, that has got a passport, does it have to be a valid passport or not a valid passport? Permit or not permit?
The passport has to be valid. Even if it does not have a permit, it's fine. They are still able to get cover. Then for the people that live across the country, we always require certified documents from the other side of the border as well.
Okay, okay. And what is your, are you guys registered with the Financial Services Board?
We are registered with the Financial Services Board under Old Band Brokers, which is the company that we partnered with. Our FSP number is 8779. Then we are underwritten by Liberty Life, and we are administered by Gen Life.
Okay, so I just want to take you a little bit backwards. When you're talking about covering outside the borders of South Africa,
yes.
What happens in the event of a claim?
In the event of a claim, if somebody passes on the other side of the border, we need a certified document that shows that that person is passed on in the other side of the border. Then the money is paid out in South Africa. The premiums have to be paid in South Africa, and the cash payout is done in South Africa. It can be to any bank that you select.
Okay.
Of which all that is done within 48 hours of receipt of all documents. Okay.
What is your connection between your offices here in South Africa and
yes.
those across the border to make sure that everything is processed there?
Like we're saying that what we need is certified documents, that is from the police from the other side, that shows that, okay, such a person has passed on in the other side, right? Considering this side in Joburg, we already have documents that show who they are. We match those documents now to show that it's the same person that has passed on.
Yes.
Then the payout now, so long those premiums are up to date,
okay,
they get payment in South Africa.
Right. On the other side of the border, is there another company that you work with?
No, not at the moment.
So the company, your company has to come from South Africa
yes.
to go to Zimbabwe or to Namibia or whatever.
Remember, we are not offering a service, a funeral service. What we're offering is cash.
There we go.
Yes.
Okay.
What we're offering is cash.
It's cash.
So the moment somebody passes on,
Then you can send the cash.
we send the cash. We don't send across the borders. We pay out in South Africa. So you need to have a bank account in South Africa.
So it's up to the individuals in South
Yes.
Africa then to get that money and
Exactly.
get things processed on the other side of the border.
Same with if somebody passes on here in South Africa, we offer them cash. Who they use as for repatriation, we can only refer them to people, organizations we work with, but it's up to them who they decide to do the repatriation with.
Thank you. That's more clarity because people might come to you and say, okay, you've given me cash, but who can you recommend for us to process things across the border? So you have people that you work with that you can recommend to people.
Exactly.
Okay, interesting. So what is the waiting period? If I join today, when does it become effective?
If you join today, considering natural causes and the fact that we don't have medical examinations, the waiting period is 6 months. But soon after you pay your first premium, should you be involved in an accident, you are covered immediately.
All right. So 6 months only for natural causes?
Yes.
Okay, okay.
And then for suicide is 2 months, 2 years waiting period.
Okay, okay. You go for a break. Tembi, if I join now the funeral policy, when do I get my membership certificate?
If you join now, your membership certificate should be with you in the next week. That shows that you are now part of the Embrace Africa Funerals group. Then now you will only be affected now with the waiting period, which is the 6 months. Okay. In that period now you're expected to pay your premiums on time. That is according to the T's and conditions of the policy.
Okay. In front of me here, I've got two flyers that you brought with you.
Okay.
So I just want to ask a little bit of questions on those flyers. The first flyer says that you cover for your family back home. We discussed that. And when you say no medicals, what are you saying?
When we say no medicals, we're referring to medical examinations that are usually asked for when you join policies. In this case, there are no medical examinations that are involved.
Okay, okay. How many kids, up to how many family of how many can you cover?
The cover is for you and your spouse and up to 6 kids that is below the age 21, except if that child is a full-time student, then they are covered to up to the age of 25.
Okay, okay. 25. Okay, let's talk about your premiums now. You've got to Embrace Family 75 Rand per month. If a principal member dies, how much cash out benefit does it
For
cover?
the Embrace 75 Rand per month, the cash payout for the principal member is 10,000 Rand, which applies same to the spouse. The spouse also gets 10,000 Rand in case of death. Then now, in as much as they pay that 75 Rand, it covers up to all those 6 kids, right? But the payouts for the kids now varies depending on their age group.
Okay, okay. Most of the target market, I think that you're going to benefit from this, most of them are foreigners, right? And you require a passport. So an Embrace family of 175 Rand per month, is 20,000 Rand enough for people to process everything and take the body across the border?
When we really look at it, 15,000 Rand, depending on where they're going, is enough to cover the whole funeral.
Okay.
Even 10,000 is enough to cover the whole family, the whole funeral. But then if you're putting into consideration now other expenses that you incur along the way, we always advise that in as much as maybe that person already has another funeral cover, which covers the funeral service, they can even go for small premiums that offer them maybe 5,000 in cash. That 5,000 now we're looking at things like catering, looking at things like flowers, and things like transportation, which is all that which is included in a funeral.
Okay, okay. Repatriation costs has become so exorbitant of late. And maybe just a suggestion that you'd come up with another premium that gives a person much more confident in joining the company, because 20,000 rand coming from Cape Town to going to Zimbabwe, for example, will just be for fuel, you know.
Our premiums go up to 30,000.
Up to 30,000. Okay.
Our premiums go up to 30,000.
Yes. Okay, that's much better. Then it gives somebody sort of a comfort zone that if I get the money, it will be enough for me to process everything and transport the body home, whether it's going to be by flight or by road. Let's move on to the maximum age entry of a person.
The maximum entry age for the Embrace Africa funerals is 85.
Okay.
But then the payouts for such individuals only goes up to 10,000.
Up to 10,000.
Yes.
So the older you get, the cheaper you become in terms
You
of when
become
your last
more
numbers.
expensive. You become more expensive.
Okay.
Because remember, your risk is higher.
All right.
So the premiums for somebody at that age are a little bit high, and the payouts only go to up to 10,000.
Up to 10,000. Okay, let's talk about other concepts, because you said Embrace Africa Concepts Group.
Yes. All right. At the moment, what we are also offering, besides the funeral, we have medical aid and life policies. That is with the company that we partnered with, that's Urban Brokers. Then the other products that we're looking to venturing into, like we said, that Embrace Africa Concepts was designed to cater for African concepts. Looking at the fact that African fashion is going into is becoming more popular, we're looking also into venturing into that. Looking also at the fact that we are becoming more appreciative of foods from the other parts of Africa, we are actually also looking into venturing into that.
Indeed, proudly African is the way to go these days. Is this part of the Embrace Africa fashion that you're talking about?
This now, Julius, is, I'll say, is fashion.
Okay.
But we are welcome, or should I say, we are open to anybody who will trust us enough to market their product, which is the African beading and maybe the African way.
All right. Interesting. I should bring my beads to you, then you can market them for me.
Anytime.
Yeah. Here we go, viewers. In the studio with me, Tembi Teacher, all the way from Johannesburg, from Embrace Africa Concepts Group. They are telling that if you do not have a funeral policy, please do come and join them. They've got very reasonable premiums that cover within South Africa as well as within the borders of Southern Africa. Tembi, thank you very much for coming to the program.
Thank you so
All
much.
the best
for
in the near
having me.
future, and hoping to see you
Thank
again.
you.
All right. Thank you.